Hey guys, AJ here, back with another one. So today we're going to look at a unfortunate case. A guy was in the divorce and he went and he decided to delete his wife's attorney and set the law office on fire. You guys like and subscribe, and let's just jump into this. This happened, I believe, yesterday. Today is December 10th, 2022, so it happened yesterday. Let's just jump into this.
Popular and beloved Lawrenceville attorney Doug Lewis shot to death inside his own law offices. His offices then set on fire, and it turns out Lewis had been representing a woman in a divorce case, and police say it was the woman's husband who went after Lewis. 11 Alive's John Sherrick joins us now live in Lawrenceville. John?
Friends and colleagues of Doug Lewis just aching now for Lewis's family. Lewis's law offices here in Lawrenceville were set on fire and severely damaged late Wednesday afternoon. Then inside, firefighters found Lewis's body. The suspect was the husband of a woman Lewis was representing in the couple's divorce. A contentious divorce case ending in homicide and arson at the law offices of one of the divorce attorneys late Wednesday afternoon.
So you can see that it was a very contentious divorce, and I guess this dude, he decided that, he had nothing to lose. And guys, I'm not condoning violence at all. I don't think that it's right what happened, but what I'm saying is people act surprised that when men get put in this situation with divorce court and family court, that some of them act this way. I'm not saying it's right. I'm just saying that, guys, is it too far-fetched to think that this could happen? Come on.
It's pretty brazen.
Lawrenceville Police Lieutenant Jake Parker says Lawrenceville attorney Doug Lewis had been in his law offices Wednesday by himself.
He looks like a discount Al Bundy, right?
When a man named Alan Taya walked in, shot Lewis, then used gasoline to set the offices on fire. Taya's wife had been suing Taya for divorce, and Lewis represented Taya's wife. Lewis's family and colleagues in shock and grief.
I'm going to miss him.
Attorney Phil McCurdy.
He had a great sense of humor and a very quick wit. Doug was a consummate gentleman. I never saw him treat anyone except with respect.
Lewis and his client in the divorce case had been scheduled to meet Taya back in court next week for a hearing.
So, guys, I just want to say that you should be able to do any profession outside of like law enforcement or whatever without having to think that you're risking your safety. There's certain jobs like firefighters, military, police, where your life is at risk in your job. Coal mines, etc. You sign on to take that risk. Being an attorney shouldn't have that type of risk, but hey, there are times where it does.
Outside the burning law offices, police say it was a witness who led them to Taya nearby. Taya himself had been burned.
He did have a firearm on him that had spent cartridges in the cylinders. There were gas cans and an odor of gasoline around the area as well.
Doug Lewis in law practice for 30 years. Christina Weaver got to know Lewis and his family on the ball fields when all their children were young.
And he was just the nicest guy. He was the nicest guy, and he's well known in the family court community especially. I think he mainly dealt with divorce cases and things like that.
So you can see that his main area of law was divorce. You know what I mean? So that as a path fraught with peril, But guys, there's a follow-up story here where they actually talk about the actual nature of the divorce that drove the guy to do this. So let's just jump into this too.
About the contentious legal battle that led up to the death of a Lawrenceville divorce attorney. Lawrenceville police tell us Doug Lewis was shot inside his law firm this week, and then the building was set on fire. Lewis had represented the now ex-wife of the suspect during their divorce. Joe Hinkie joining us now. Joe, this is a crazy story, getting crazier now because you...
Is it that crazy? Really? Is it?
Found some court records showing that there was some owed money involved here.
That's right, Savannah. More than $28,000 is how much Alan Taya owed attorney Doug Lewis, according to court records. A judge ordered Taya to pay Lewis for attorney fees from the divorce case. Last week, though, Lewis claimed he had not been paid a single penny in a court-ordered deadline and asked the judge to hold Taya in contempt.
So basically, they figured out all the amounts owed, and then he owed his soon-to-be ex-wife's attorney almost $30,000, and that is the guy that's the attorney who was deleted.
Alan Tea is being held in the Gwinnett County Jail tonight without bond, charged with malice murder and first-degree arson. On Wednesday, Lawrenceville police arrested him walking away from the burning law office of Doug Lewis. According to this police report released today, Tea had a revolver handgun with used shell casings inside it, along with burns on his hands, hair, and clothing. First responders found Lewis's body inside his law office. Court records obtained by 11 Alive today show that Tea and Lewis had been in the same courtroom several times since January of 2021. That is when Tea's now ex-wife filed for divorce and hired Lewis as her attorney. In August of this year, after a 4-day hearing, a jury reached a verdict dissolving the couple's marriage. Tea was ordered to pay his former spouse 50% of his retirement.
So look at this, guys. So their divorce was finalized. He had to pay her 50% of his retirement. Now, I don't know if he had a pension or what, but 50% gone. And then $138,000 for the equity in the house, and then alimony also. So I don't know if he kept the house or if he had to buy her out of the house. It seems like he had to buy her out. But by buying him out, so imagine the house is paid off. Now he has a house payment too. This is crazy.
Funds over $138,000 for her share of their Tequila home and $500 per month in alimony. Then in late October, a judge ordered him to pay Lewis more than $28,000 within 30 days to cover legal fees.
Within 30 days.
Owed to Lewis for their divorce case. In this court filing last week, though, Lewis asked a judge to hold Tea in contempt, writing the fees were due on November 30th, but defendant failed to make the payment for attorney fees as ordered by the court. Defendant is in willful contempt of the court's order. A judge set a hearing about the issue for next week, but that hearing is now listed as canceled.
So now he has extra $138,000 in debt. His retirement's cut in half. And he has to pay her, and he's going to be in contempt of court for not being able to magically pull $30,000 out of his pocket. Now, guys, once again, I'm not saying that it's right what this guy did. Guys, don't do this. But if you look on, there's some Facebook threads about this. Everyone's shocked. Like, oh my God, I can't believe this. Really? You can't, huh?
Tea made his first court appearance Thursday. A judge said he would remain in the Gwinnett County Jail without bond. His next court date for the murder and arson charge against him has not yet been scheduled.
Well, guys, that's pretty much it for the news. But you guys, this happens, you know? This divorce and family court is biased against men. It's stacked against men. It backs men into a corner. And there are times where these types of things unfortunately happen. So the solution, guys, just stay out of this, you know? Keep to yourselves, guys. Keep your head down. Work on yourselves, you know? And don't just do a bunch of work, make a bunch of money to just give it away. All right, you guys. This is AJ. I'm out of here. Stay safe.